Hello, Internet. I am an idiot, and this is an opinion, and all my opinions are special.
Madness. Madness and stupidity.
That was it.
Wait, that's it? The show is over? The fuck are you gonna do for the remaining 15 minutes and 58 seconds of this video? Please don't tell me it's just you guys sitting there smiling the whole time, or, what are you doing, Viper?
You said we were going to do a collab on a video.
Oh yeah, that's right. Did you want to join me on this one?
Of course.
Whoa, okay. Let's do this.
Hey guys, it's David here, and today I am with a very special guest, Ash Hardell.
Hello.
Say a little bit about yourself and your channel.
My name is Ash. I have a wife and 2 cats and a dog. I have a YouTube channel where we explore sexual and gender diversity quite often, but sometimes we do other things. That's me.
And Ash and I have been friends for years now.
Manic, do we need to give our friendship history as well since we're doing this collab?
What would be the point?
Yeah, it might spawn more fanfictions. You know they're waiting at the gilded gates of hope.
I have her here today to discuss the topic of queerbaiting / pinkwashing in advertising and marketing. A formal definition of queerbaiting, for those of you who do not know, is, this is taken from Tumblr, so a very official source, when people in the media, usually television movies, add homoerotic tension between 2 characters to attract more liberal and queer viewers with the indication of them not ever getting together for real in the show / book / movie. Queerbaiting is usually in reference to like TV, film, like fictional characters.
Ah, so it's the Captain America and Bucky situation, where some people in the audience perceive sexual tension where in fact none is to be found. Because that's all it is. Audience perception of a situation. Does this mean that some film and showmakers might use this in order to gain more viewers? Sure, it's marketing to an audience, but most of the time fans are seeing something through rose-coloured glasses. This is how fanfictions are born and shipping is made.
Exactly. Just because the writers or producers don't end up doing things with characters doesn't mean others can't. They teased a relationship between Agent Mulder and Scully on the X-Files for years and people ate that shit up. And then they went to their computers to write out the relationship they wanted on paper. That is the beauty of fiction. It can inspire other fiction.
I actually don't know what pinkwashing is.
Pinkwashing is taking that same concept and applying it for political gains or for marketing purposes, to my understanding.
What? No Tumblr reference for this one? Because I'm new to these terms, so that is certainly not what I thought of when I heard pinkwashing. I thought someone had thrown their red socks in with my white t-shirts again, therefore making my washed clothing come out pink. Pinkwashing. You can slap me now, Manic.
Your definition made more sense than theirs. I still don't know what they mean by pinkwashing. Is it political or marketing gains for women? Or is it everyone? If it is everyone, then it's just marketing.
I think that this is an issue that is becoming larger as the LGBT plus community is more accepted by mainstream society.
This isn't an LGBT issue. This is just marketing. Whenever something popular comes along or a large demographic can be identified, shows will take advantage of that for views.
It's funny that you mentioned Target. Their hashtag Take Pride display was actually what got me thinking about queerbaiting this year, at least.
It was really abrasive. I walked into Target, my Target, it's the first thing in the door, it's huge, and I had a similar reaction. I was like, whoa, this isn't normal.
Yes, it's called marketing around a theme. Now that I think about it, that might be the theme of this collab. Marketing.
By the way, if anyone here is in advertising or marketing, kill yourself.
Manic!
What?
That's a bit rude.
Hey, blame Bill Hicks. Oh wait, you can't. He's dead now.
I'm Bill Hicks and I'm dead now.
Anyway, June has been designated Pride Month by the powers that be, so it's not surprising that stores like Target would plan marketing or sales around that theme. It would be just the same way with other events. For example, a new Star Wars film is about to be released, so shops place everything related to Star Wars at the front of the store to attract the attention of people who like Star Wars.
Another way to look at it is marketing can help normalize an idea or a theme. If people keep seeing it around, they get used to seeing it. If they rarely see it, then it won't be familiar then, will it?
I immediately react with skepticism because I'm like, oh, okay, this can't really be what they're saying it is. Like, there's gotta be some ulterior motive.
What? Why? Why must there be an ulterior motive? Why can't shops just sell things they think people will likely buy? Progressive ideals are rather trendy right now, and the marketing department is clearly taking advantage of that. There is no ulterior motive. They just want to make money. Period.
Even if it is genuine, it's definitely, for a community like ours that's been marginalized for so long, it's
jarring to see us on the forefront of stuff.
So this is one that I'm like kind of on the fence about, because it also, if you look at the actual merchandise, it's like, this is a little bit like baby's first Pride. Like there are like, you know, rainbow unicorns, and the intent is still good, but you wonder, is this something that...
Some of it also feels like Pride gear for straight people.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, you're so nitpicky. Maybe they were testing the waters. I don't know. I'm too much of an idiot to be in marketing or sales.
Or maybe the marketing department has noticed that a lot of people are really supportive of LGBT rights and are looking to generate some income off of that. Just as Ford and Chevrolet realized a lot of people are supportive of getting around quickly and took advantage of that need. It's money. Maybe some of the CEOs want to appear more progressive or whatnot, but mostly it's about making money. I mean, come on, they're fucking Target. As for the Pride gear for straight people, it's for fucking everyone. They don't have a gay and straight section, Ash. This isn't a porn shop.
And it's like, okay, so still not quite for me.
But it is for you, Ash, if you want to buy it. These things are for everyone. You don't even have to be in the gender that the section suggests. If you want to shop in the men's section, go on and shop in the men's section. The only thing they care about is that you pay for it. Do you have money? Then everything in the shop is for you if you're of legal age to buy it.
They've kind of like put the action and the support behind it. Target has stood up for like gender equality and non-binary genders. And sometimes like when you see a community who's never supported gay things before, you like get that vibe. You're like, this is foreign to you. You literally just found like an opportunity to tap into a market, to make money, to exploit a thing.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
That can be really transparent and reflective in their customers' response. So like Gatorade recently posted an ad where the Gatorade bottle was rainbow. And I don't necessarily know how supportive Gatorade has been of LGBT people in the past, but it just seemed a little bit like doing this for Pride, and all the comments literally were like thrown off and hateful. Like if something doesn't work, and if it's not natural, it doesn't work. Don't force it just to make money, try to garner a new demographic, things like that.
Now that's interesting. You say that companies shouldn't force it out there, even though some people advocating for LGBT are also shoving it in people's faces, trying to get society to accept them. So when society tries to celebrate with you, telling you that you're right, you say that it's wrong to do so. So when LGBT advocates complain that there isn't enough representation in films, books, or other media, should we ignore you then?
None of them really care about the issues. Not in the abstract, they don't. A company's interest lies in its ability to make money, and having the right image is a great way to make more money. For example, if Gatorade were to try to sell a swastika brand Gatorade, that might hurt their image because nobody likes Nazis. Unlike the rainbow, which, even if you're not interested in the LGBT community, is generally well liked. However, the negative comments are not there because it's forced, but because everything is getting political. People have been injecting politics into as many spaces as possible, even when it doesn't make sense. In this case, it's just to make money, like the t-shirts at Target.
I think in general, this Pride, I've seen more LGBT friendly or pro-LGBT ads. Is that just me, or do you feel, because I feel like compared to last year, I see so much more this year. Is there a reason for that?
I think that ever since we got marriage equality 2 summers ago, that was a huge blow up. I mean, a lot of companies tweeted that day with Pride-related stuff. Some of it was more problematic than others.
Yes, it's problematic for companies to get on board with an idea that is well supported by the public and try to make money off it. No, wait, no, it's not. That's marketing 101. This is not a new idea. They're just applying it now to the LGBT. There's no moral question here, only money.
So I think that this might be the first year where we're seeing the full realization of campaigns that might have started in their planning stages when we got marriage equality.
Sure, that makes sense. Because I just feel like usually I only remember it's Pride when I'm at Pride or going to a Pride event. And this month I feel like I'm constantly being reminded that it's Pride.
It may also be the political climate that some companies are more motivated to be vocal in their support of
Why?
liberal issues. Yeah, right.
Maybe it has something to do with everything being about diversity recently, with TV shows adding in characters so that it can be more inclusive to manga artists receiving death threats because 2 characters had a sex scene and it wasn't 2 guys. Seriously, that happened.
I hope that that's part of it. That would definitely be some points for the genuine aspect of these campaigns. I mean, there could also be marketing advantages to putting some controversial stuff out there during a time where it's so politically charged, so nothing is pure in the world of marketing and advertising, I don't know.
Okay, none of them are genuine, even when they claim to be. When someone is speaking on behalf of a company, that person speaking ceases to be and their message is strictly for the company. And the company only cares about money. That is business. I seem to be repeating myself here because you guys don't seem to understand how business works.
There was another ad that I sent you that I thought was a great example of just what is absolutely not okay when it comes to pinkwashing and marketing, which was an ad that popped up on my Instagram for a game called King of Avalon.
It's just like this, there's nothing queer or gay about this game.
You weren't complaining when Dragon Age Inquisition basically did the same thing with Dorian.
And I think it's up to the individual to determine just how queer a game is. It is entirely possible that many people look at that game while playing it and think, gay?
You're just like forcing to make your product topical and current.
There's no gay content in the game. These characters are not gay in the slightest. They, in fact, like, Photoshop manipulated this image to look like one of the guys is grabbing the other guy's junk. And that's just like the definition of manipulative false marketing.
Are you saying that the only reason why it's false is because these 2 characters are not gay but are put in a gay position? Honestly, I think anyone can tell that that image has been photoshopped to look that way. But all I think these people are trying to say is that they support Pride. They support LGBT.
Pretty much. Maybe it is manipulative, maybe it is false advertising, but it seems like they are just trying to show support for Pride Month as a method to generate income. I will admit that it does appear a bit forced, but it hurts no one, and you don't like it because it's not part of the game. Well, if you're gonna talk about false advertisements in video games, might as well complain about every single one of them. Virtually all video game commercials contain footage that is not in the game. They even tell you, not actual game footage. So again, this is nothing new.
They blatantly say, play to see who you can top in KOA. Like, what? It was so cringy. Where's the line with, like, all representation is good representation? At least they're trying, like, at least we're being represented. What do you think? What would you say to people who say that?
I ultimately disagree. Every movement has baby steps, though, and I think when people say, like, all representation is good representation, they're trying to tap into that idea that, like, we're taking... And I get that, and I agree. But, like, you can't help me but be impatient until we're at the place where everything is actually good.
Right.
Alright, I want you to do me a favor. Take a look at where you're at, what you are wearing, what you are doing, and who you are. You're in a good place. You're on the internet, talking about the issues you want to talk about, being the person you want to be, wearing the clothes you want to wear, and the worst thing that will likely happen to you is you might have to deal with some mean words. Are there problems in the world? Of course there are. And marketing is one of them, but hardly one that makes your life any worse. You're literally making yourself less happy on purpose.
It's very true.
And my criticism hopefully helps us move along to that place and help us get there, like...
Yeah. The only reason that they're representing us in the first place is because people were critical of the fact that we were left out.
So you're in a better position than you were before, yet it's not a good position, and you're going to use the same tactics that got you into this position that you're complaining about. Does that make sense to you, Manic?
I'm sorry, I'm still dealing with the arrogance of them thinking their criticism is going to somehow improve the world. As if it were just a few people talking that got everything going. There was more to it than that, including planning and actual doing of things. But the biggest factor was time. Time to let old ideas die, and time to let new ideas take hold. It is likely that none of us will have any lasting impact on the world. That is just a fact. So I would really appreciate it if you would ease up on the self-importance.
David just taught me about the White Skittles campaign, I cannot lie. I didn't hear about it until he showed me. The first time he used the phrase White Skittles, I didn't know that, I mean, we were obviously talking about Pride and things like that, but still, my mind didn't make the connection that it had to do with Pride. I immediately thought race. So, like, white Skittles, okay, it must be a race thing, or like, is it a race thing? That seems weird, but like, that's what it sounds like.
Right, and that's the exact backlash they got, was just like, it totally backfired. A lot of people were fired up about, you know, that it's some sort of like a white supremacist campaign. If you take out the implications to race, because that was definitely a tone-deaf move, they should have done some sort of focus group or whatever. It is an interesting spin on like the Pride Month campaign, because they're saying, you know, we don't need to be gaudy and loud about it. We're paying respect to the community and letting them own their own queer pride.
During Pride, only one rainbow matters.
I like that they had a different approach that maybe was a little bit more respectful and wasn't as appropriative. It's just a shame that it backfired in this way. I don't know how they could have avoided it.
I was gonna say, like, what else are you gonna do? Like
I mean,
make every Skittle black? You wanna make every Skittle...
Yeah, like that would be the obvious alternative.
Make all pink Skittles.
Yeah.
Okay, just a very, like, explicit pink washing.
What if they made the Skittles gray?
Fucking candy. Really? The color of the candy is racially motivated. My God. We are a retarded species, I swear.
You have no idea. This is a good example of the balancing act that companies now have to do. In the case of Skittles, they try to be simple but clever in their approach, but people are trained to see something else instead of what Skittles was trying to achieve. So why did Skittles choose white instead of black, grey, or just one singular colour? If they chose one colour, then the message would be meaningless. Skittles also have to look edible since it's candy, so colour grey might not have been a good move. This isn't Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast after all. Black could have been a good move since black is the absence of colour, just invert the colours and there you go. So why choose white? If we were to take a simple view of it, the packaging and the candy themselves are like a canvas, and as we know, many art canvases are white. The company merely took away the colours to leave a blank canvas.
And another way to look at it is, a rainbow is light refracted. So white Skittles could have represented non-refracted light. You see, the only people really thinking about it as white supremacy are fucking morons.
Hey, moron! Fucking moron!
I would like to see more companies have a more thoughtful approach. Obviously, with Skittles it backfired, but I don't think that should be an indication that the rainbow stamp is the be-all, end-all of supporting our community for Pride. In retrospect, they should have done what you're saying.
Yeah.
Either gray or a mix, whatever. I hope they don't give up.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did give up. You really think that after putting in time, money and effort into trying something new or inclusive, to be berated from all sides because you seemingly forgot about something, they would want to carry on? They might just stick with what they know works in the end.
I want to show Ash a few ads that she hasn't seen before and ask your opinions about them. These are from a while ago, but there's just like a lot of, you know, these are guys who are heteronormative.
Where are my ladies?
Right. And they're all, it's very...
Oh, there we go. Oh, no, I don't know.
Nope. This one is the most sort of, I like that one.
Okay,
It's at least attempting to be a little bit more androgynous and also representative.
Also, is everybody white?
Yep, yeah. That's another thing. I think that when companies try to take the risk representing marginalized sexualities or gender identities, they don't have as much racial diversity.
Manic, these people will never be happy, will they?
There is no such thing as happiness anymore. There's only oppression and exclusion.
That's depressing.
This video is depressing. You know what? Ash is right. This one is weird. Although, it does have...
biracial couple.
Yeah, that. But why the fuck are they priests? Isn't that going against the religion itself? I mean, really?
Don't ask questions, Manic. This is marketing. The ads don't need to make sense.
That's a good point.
But it looks like gay smut. Like, it doesn't look
absolutely.
like real love.
So what does real love look like? Is it an 80s movie with a sappy soundtrack? Is it holding hands? Is it kissing? Is it hugging? Are there roses involved? Look, someone tried to do something different that would be inclusive, and you're calling it smut. Do you see the problem with that? At worst, it's trying to be risque. Now, if one of these men had the other's dick in their hand, now you would have smut, and there would be gay men jerking off to it. Happily, I might add.
Yeah, it's definitely...
It looks like a naughty, scandalous...
Yeah, at what point does something become a parody of? Now, this one...
Did you just cut out part of their video, Manic?
No, Viper, I did not. They did that themselves. Halfway through the sentence, the editor just cut it. Maybe he said something too offensive, I don't know. Either way, that was fucking sloppy.
But I want to know what he said.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I really don't.
I think Trivialize is coming out.
Yeah.
And like...
It reminds me of the things when people like come out on National Coming Out Day as straight. And they're like, see how weird it is? No one should have to come out.
Right.
We should just accept LGBT people. And it's like, yeah, it's easy for you to say because you were never worried about it.
It just needs to be handled with more care than just like this blanket. Like, here's a print ad and it's playing on coming out.
This is marketing. They don't give a shit. They're trying to sell cars, that's it. And apparently, I guess, to gay people.
Any sort of like pertinent issue in the gay community that has to do with like our unique experience.
You can sympathize for how scary it might be to come out, but I don't think anybody can accurately empathize. Like, unless you can relate, unless you've had to come out, like, you don't know. I just don't think you do. I don't think you can imagine accurately.
Well, no one can relate to the exact same situation that you or anyone can have. Being sympathetic means drawing from an experience that is similar in experience. But on the subject of the posters, if we can't make silly little jokes about coming out, therefore in a sense normalising being LGBT, we then can't make silly jokes about anything. Then the world would be a very boring place if we cannot have jokes.
Oh, come on, Ash, don't take away my jokes, they're all I've got.
You've got a few other things.
Shh, nobody asked you.
LBGT.
Oh, that's cute!
So you like that one?
No, LBGT! It's like sweet how wrong they are!
It's wordplay, clever marketing. Maybe it wasn't meant to be a mistake. Maybe it was meant to be quirky. Hades damned nitpicking swine. Manic, I need something to calm me down.
Well, whoa, hey. What are you doing? Oh.
Uh-huh. What did you think about the Coke ad?
I thought it was not as cringy as other gay ads that we've looked at.
The fact that, like, the gay son was, like, shown second, I feel like is kind of telling, because it's like, oh, see, this is normal, this is what we expect.
But then look!
Hey, Viper. Oh, do you give a shit about this gay Coke ad? Oh, okay. That sounds good to me.
Right.
And it's like...
It's a twist.
Right, and like being gay is not a twist.
With today's audience, I can understand Coke's point of view that they would have to like set up the expected before turning the narrative on its head. Mm-hmm. So just from a storytelling perspective, I can sympathize with them.
Also, I wonder if that actor like is gay. Right. Also, does that matter?
Yeah, we haven't even talked about that, but whether they're actually employing gay people to represent the gay characters that are in these ads is pretty important. I would love to see Coke continue going in this direction with their marketing. And yeah, hopefully have some that are less comical, but you know, the comedy's alright. Comedy's a huge thing in advertisement.
Yeah. Could there be like another way to be funny?
So, do you want to watch Ash attempt to rewrite comedy?
Not even a little bit.
Do you want to watch any more of this shit?
Not at all.
Excellent. So, Viper, what did you think of the video as a whole?
Ultimately, they're both missing the point of marketing. Whether it be marketing around an event or theme, or marketing to show the company in a good light, the main point of it is to sell their products. Marketing isn't perfect. Heck, many things aren't. But we are doing what we can. I do get the feeling that they want LGBT plastered everywhere as a way to normalise it, but it comes off as shoving it in your face, which nobody wants. At the end of the day, if they want something done right, maybe they should do it themselves, instead of nitpicking and complaining about every tiny thing that might hurt their feelings.
As for me, I can see what they were trying to do, but this mostly comes across as nitpicking. I personally don't give a shit about companies being inclusive in commercials because I don't give a shit about commercials. Commercials are garbage to me. Commercials interrupt the show you want to watch in order to sell you shit you probably don't want to buy. The only reason a commercial will be inclusive is if the marketing department thinks it will sell more of the product. If they thought being bigoted would sell, Nike would have shoe commercials involving straight men with baseball bats chasing down gay men into alleys when their slogan would be, "Go get 'em, just do it," with the shadows of the straight men beating the shit out of the gay men in the background.
That is really dark.
Well, this video misses the whole point of marketing. Marketers do not care about how you feel in the sense that they want you to be happy. They care about how you feel as a method to exploit you. Every single time. They have no principles, they have no morals. They're here to sell you shit. The Jenner Pepsi commercial is a good example of that. Pepsi doesn't care about protests, doesn't care about agendas, and they don't care about the police. They care about selling Pepsi. They tried to take a risk on a controversial commercial without understanding anything about the people they were trying to market to. They thought they'd look cool and progressive and all the pissed off liberals would go and buy fucking Pepsi. But they also thought by presenting the police as these likable, thirsty guys, they'd get some of the conservatives to drink Pepsi as well. Because hey, if the police are drinking it, then we should drink it too because Blue Lives Matter. None of it was about the reality of the situation. It was about selling Pepsi from a hipster perspective. This is why I don't want to be represented in commercials, because that means I might relate to some actor on the screen and go out and buy some shit I don't need. Is that what you really want? Do you really want them to be more effective in manipulating you into buying their bullshit products? Fuck, I hope not. Anyway, I'm an idiot.
And I am an idiot.
No, you're not! Stop trying to take my job.